Well, some places had a lot of snow this past weekend, especially lake effects. We had some, but not as much. It kind of panned out what we thought with a nice swipe right across Iowa going down into basically southern Wisconsin. But if we zoom in, there's areas like Kenosha had over 13 to 14 inches right by the lake. You go about all the way to West Allis, you had a flake or two. Lake effect was very enhanced, especially in going into northern Indiana. Now, this is all pretty much going to be done, and the melting is going to quickly become the main issue because we got warming temperatures throughout the weekend, for the week. But for tonight, we do have that warm front that'll be coming through. And ahead of this system coming, there does provide a little bit of opportunity for some precipitation. Mostly cloud cover. You can see as you get towards tonight, it's just going to be a lot of cloud cover. But notice the winds coming out of the south. Eventually, we'll get maybe enough moisture to work with as we get later after 10 to see maybe a little bit of flurry activity after midnight that could transition to a little bit of light snow. It's not going to be heavy or amounts or anything to be expected on roads. That'll continue. Potentially, we'll start seeing that kind of tail off as we get towards maybe 2 to 3 for Eau Claire, maybe down to 4 to 5 for La Crosse. You might even see some of that for the morning commute for eastern areas, but that's about it. It'll pass through. Temperatures will start rising tonight too, so you'll wake up probably into the low 30s. And then we're going to see a little cloud cover in the morning, but by the afternoon time frame, except for far northern areas, you're probably going to see more sunshine going into the afternoon. As you go north of Eau Claire, they'll probably have more cloud cover coming back in. So for Vets Day, overall, it's not looking too bad temperature-wise because we're going to be back to where we should be. See 43 at 1 and 5 p.m. for La Crosse. Our high will be around the mid to upper 40s. So all in all, much better conditions than we had. And similar for Eau Claire, they have more clouds coming in towards late in the day as more moisture gets pulled down. But all in all, we'll have lighter winds, breezy winds, but out of the west, and better conditions. So 42 at 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. They'll top off in the mid 40s. So tonight, these are your low temperatures probably right before midnight or right after midnight as you go east of the area. And then cloud cover will keep these temperatures going up. So when you wake up, we will be in the low 30s generally for most areas and climbing all the way up to the mid to upper 40s. It will be kind of breezy at times, all that west wind as that system kind of comes through. But all in all, shaping up to be much better than what we've had for Monday. And going into Wednesday, it gets even better. Overall, temperatures are a degree or two warmer. Winds are still breezy because now we're on the backside of the system, so it's more west-northwest, but it won't do much with the temperatures. In fact, we'll have more sunshine probably Wednesday overall going on. So big picture shows you the jet now right there. By Thursday, it's right to our north, and you can see it expands all the way up to the northern Canada and then to the west coast. So we got a real big high pressure there, and that means warmer conditions, and that really builds over the area through Friday, even through Saturday, before it kind of dips a little going into Sunday, which means we might have a system come through Sunday, and depending how far this jet dives, we might eventually cool down. But overall, this is a very mild to even warm pattern for us, and that means a lot of 60s coming towards Friday and potentially mid-60s depending on cloud cover. We will cool down Sunday, just depends on how much. Right now we're just dropping back to 50, but it could be further, even though temperatures next Monday, Tuesday are pretty much where we should be. So like I said, compared to what we had last Monday, next Monday will be totally different, and this weekend's going to be totally different too.
A lot of flip-flopping we're doing here.
Well, it's November, but yeah, if you want the warm conditions, they're coming back.
They're coming back.
All right, thanks, Greg.